Hi, Michael Balesta here. Hope you are having a good day. It's time for Browns recaps as well as the upcoming schedule, thanks to the content from the NFL website and the Browns app. Like the game in San Francisco, the Cleveland Browns began play with the football at home against the Seattle Seahawks. Just like Monday night, special teams had some bright moments. Dontrell Hilliard took the opening kickoff back 74 yards into Seahawks territory to the 23-yard line. Baker Mayfield threw to Pharaoh Brown for a 9-yard gain, which came after Nick Chubb picked up 2 on 1st and 5. The running back then raced 7 yards for the game's first score. Austin Seibert connected on the extra point less than 2 minutes elapsed in the first quarter. Seattle responded with a nice drive. Russell Wilson found Luke Wilson for 5 after a touchback on the kickoff. Nick Ballore got a big chunk of yardage to midfield on the ensuing play. Chris Carson found some space to create a second and short. Olivier Vernon stopped Carson for no gain, but the Seahawks came up with their second big play as DK Metcalf brought the ball down to the 12. Carson gained 1 on first down, then the Browns forced the visitors into a false start penalty. It did not deter Seattle as Russell Wilson found a lot of grass in front of him, scoring from 16 out. Jason Myers missed the kick, so Cleveland stayed in front 7-6 with under 9 minutes remaining in the opening frame. The Browns responded very well as Hilliard ran the ball back to the 31, putting the home team in good field position. Chubb was involved in 2 of the first 3 plays, getting good yardage each time to get second and medium situations. In between plays, Antonio Callaway was on the receiving end for a dozen yards. Mayfield threw short passes to Odell Beckham Jr. and Jarvis Landry for short gains. 3 plays later, Cleveland faced 4th down and 7 outside of the range of Seibert, so understandably they chose to go for it. And it worked. Mayfield found Jarvis for a first down outside the 11 for 27 yards. After Chubb was held to 1, Baker ran for a touchdown to cap off the drive. The extra point made it 14-6 with more than 10 minutes played. The defense had some time to rest, but they did concede first downs to David Moore and Chris Carson. With Seattle inching closer to scoring range, Myles Garrett was able to take down Wilson on 2nd and 5 for a 4-yard loss, which led to a punt. The Cleveland offense was rewarded their defense with more big plays. First, it was Beckham catching a pass for 9, then a big burst from Nick Chubb on the last play of the quarter, running 52 yards to the Seattle 31. On the next play, Mayfield found Ricky Seals-Jones, and the Browns scored on their first 3 possessions. Seibert could not make the extra point. There were 2 missed point after tries on the same side of the stadium Sunday. After a touchback, the defense was able to get Seattle to commit 2 penalties, which made it 1st and 24 just past the Seahawk 11. 2 plays later, the home team could not get off the field, giving up a catch and run to Tyler Lockett on 2nd and 22 for 20 yards. The play ended up going for 35 because Larry Ogunjobi roughed Wilson in the judgment of the referees. Seattle went back to the ground with Carson for 23 yards. It was Demarius Randall's turn to sack the quarterback, doing so on 2nd down. The defense kept them out of the end zone, and Myers hit from 38. On the next Cleveland series, Chubb was held in check on first down, then Mayfield was unsuccessful in finding Landry or Beckham. This time, special teams worked against Cleveland and changed the tone of the game. David Moore got through the line and blocked Jamie Gillen's punt, putting the Seahawks in business at the Cleveland 20. The Browns did yield a first down to DK Metcalf, but tightened up inside the 5, forcing a short field goal just past the halfway mark of the second quarter. The Browns kept moving the football thanks to Seals-Jones and Beckham for 2 first downs, but on 2nd down on the plus side of the field, Trey Flowers shut the drive down with a pick of Baker Mayfield. On this occasion, the defense made sure that they were not punished as they forced a 3-and-out. With just over 5 minutes left until halftime, Cleveland once again moved the ball, trying to make sure that they worked on draining the clock and score with little time, if any, left. Mayfield threw a 41-yard completion to Beckham, which stood up following an unsuccessful Seahawks challenge. Nick toted the rock on the first 2 downs, setting up a 3rd and 1. Mayfield took a quarterback sneak to move the sticks. Callaway converted a 3rd and 4 to create another red zone opportunity just before the 2-minute warning. Another turning point in the game occurred 2 plays later when Tedrick Thompson intercepted the second-year quarterback who was looking for Landry on 2nd and 8 from the 10. Seattle had 89 seconds following the turnover. Russell Wilson found David Moore on 2nd and 6 for 14 yards. The 8th-year quarterback then ran for another 11 yards and got out of bounds. C.J. Prosise then caught a pass for 15, getting into Cleveland territory. Lockett got a huge chunk of play of 22. The Browns could not hold on 3rd and 5 as Jerron Brown caught the ball in the far left end zone to make it 20-18. Prosise was stopped short on the 2-point conversion. Though Beckham and Hilliard caught intermediate passes to get close to midfield, the Hail Mary pass was incomplete as the half expired. The visitors got the ball to start the second half. Seattle was pushed back on a holding penalty to force a 2nd and 16 at the 19. Garrett came up with another sack to halt the drive. Because of this, Cleveland started with great field position from their own 40. Chubb gained 6 after losing 2 on the previous carry. Mayfield used his legs again to pick up a first down. 2 plays following that, Beckham gained 19 yards. Then on 2nd and long from the Seahawks 29, Beckham gained 8, but an offensive holding penalty on Chris Hubbard put them out of field goal range. Chubb had the ball tight against one hand, but Ezekiel Ansah made a great play to punch the ball out and recover the ball. It was the Browns' 3rd turnover of the game. Chris Carson had the biggest play of the next Seattle drive, rushing for 25 yards on the 3rd play of the series. Luke Wilson and Moore also picked up first downs. On 3rd and goal, the Seahawks took their first lead on Jerron Brown's 6-yard score, making it 25-20. Penalties on Hubbard and Landry stopped Cleveland's next drive. Jarvis was called for an illegal blindside block inside of 5 minutes left in the 3rd, which might have been understandable if it was a pick play. In any case, Gillum pinned Seattle inside their own 15. Lockett and Carson moved the chains, but the Browns' defense came up with a takeaway with just over a minute left in the 3rd. Vernon forced a Prosise fumble, and Devarro Lawrence recovered at the Seahawks 45. Cleveland picked up a first down by penalty on a roughing the passer penalty. Chubb gained 8 on a play when teammate Eric Cush got hurt. Chubb was stopped on 2nd and 3rd down, so Baker Mayfield completed a pass to Dontrell Hilliard on 4th and 3. Seattle jumped off sides on 3rd and 2 to give Cleveland a goal-to-go situation. Chubb got no gain on first down, then Landry caught a 6-yard pass. The head-scratching play was 3rd down when Mayfield threw a low-percentage throw out of the end zone, which was uncatchable for Odell Beckham Jr. In many games, I hear color analysts say that if a team is going for 4th down, usually a run occurs on 3rd down, and the Browns decided to get too cute in this situation. Landry caught a pass short of the goal line on 4th down in the estimation of the referees. The call stood despite the ball starting to come out after he reached for the goal line, I thought, but close calls tend to go with what was called on the field most of the time when you have these replays. Because Seattle had more than 11 players defensively, Cleveland tried it again on 4th down. Nick Chubb was stopped by Poona Ford and Quentin Jefferson, meaning a turnover on downs with less than 11 minutes left in regulation. The good news was that Seattle did not gain a yard, and Michael Dixon had a poor punt, giving the home team a short field at the 24. Then scoring on the 2-point conversion courtesy of Demetrius Harris with about 9 minutes left. Russell Wilson is usually good on fourth-quarter comebacks, and he proved it yet again. He threw to DK Metcalf on 2nd and 5 from the Seahawks 26 for 12 yards. Then Russell threw an incomplete pass, but Morgan Burnett was called for a horse collar penalty. And on the next play, an illegal use of hands infraction moved the ball to the Browns' 42. 2 plays later, Carson picked up 14, and Daniel Ekuale was injured on the play for Cleveland. Seattle eventually overcame 1st and 15, converting on 3rd and 5 on Wilson's pass to Lockett. The two combined to score a touchdown inside of 3.5 minutes to play. Greg Robinson held on first down on the next Cleveland drive after Chubb thought he had a 7-yard carry. Baker Mayfield then got 5 yards back to Ricky Seals-Jones, but on 3rd down, K.J. Wright came up with an interception and the 4th Browns turnover as Hilliard was the intended target. Seattle got 2 first downs to end the game. One was on a 3rd and 7 from Wilson to Metcalf north of the 2-minute warning, and then the other came on a Carson run on 3rd and 1. Demarius Randall picked up an injury on the play, and Cleveland had no more timeouts by that point, and the Seahawks ran out the clock for a 32-28 win. Elsewhere, Baltimore beat Cincinnati 23-17, and Pittsburgh held off a late Los Angeles Chargers rally 24-17. Baltimore is 4-2. Cleveland and Pittsburgh are both 2-4, while Cincinnati is 0-6. The Browns and Steelers have a bye in Week 7. So the only games in this week in the AFC North are Jaguars-Bengals at noon on Sunday and Ravens and Seahawks at 25 minutes past 3. The Browns will need these 2 weeks to prepare for the defending Super Bowl champion New England Patriots at 3:25 on October 27th. Checking NBA.com, the Cavaliers played their second preseason game Friday night in Detroit, coming up short 109-105. Colin Sexton had, in more than 26 minutes, scored 24 points. Tristan Thompson finished with 15, grabbing 8 rebounds. Andre Drummond, Bruce Brown, Reggie Jackson, and Derrick Rose all recorded 15 points. Sunday, Cleveland did not shoot the ball well, and they were blown out in Boston 118-72. Sindarius Thornwell was the leading scorer for the Cavs. Max Struss put up 14 points for the Celtics. Cleveland is 1-2 in the preseason, so the final exhibition game is tonight, and this time they're hosting Boston before they get ready for an opener against the Orlando Magic. That is a week from tomorrow. It'll be a road game that gets underway just after 6 o'clock. The first home game in the renovated arena in Cleveland is Saturday night on the 26th against the Indiana Pacers at 7 o'clock. So be sure to check out the Facebook group North Texas Browns Backers page and hit the like button for the latest updates there. You can also follow me on Twitter at MJBallesta2, and then on Facebook, Michael Ballesta, and on Instagram, MJBallesta2. Archive videos on YouTube can be found by searching Michael Ballesta Roman numeral 2. And if you could, I would love your feedback in the comments section. And if you like what you see, please hit the like and subscribe buttons. Thank you so much. May you have a great day. Thank you for reading, or thank you for watching, and may God bless you and have a wonderful day.